Looks like Dad's sleeping on the couch again.
No sand. No sand. Shit. Ow. Damn it. No. No more sand.
Dad, wake up.
What? What?
Looks like you were having a nightmare.
Oh. Yeah, I was having a nightmare. I was dreaming that the next race is at Diamond Willow, and there was sand everywhere.
Dad, the next race is at Diamond Willow.
No!
But good news. Gil said that it rained a little, so it's not going to be as sandy.
Oh. Man, that is music to my ears. All right, we're out here at Diamond Willow. First round of the year for TORCS Racing. So excited to be back for 2023. We're gonna try to do a full season this year. As you saw, there was a lot of sand out here last year. Hopefully we can get through the races today without as many crashes. So my son's doing the practice lap right now, just waiting for him to come back through, and we'll race and practice this afternoon. All right, I took a practice lap and I'm beat. Man, it's a long lap here at Diamond Willow. It's a fun course, definitely more moisture than last year, a lot of whoops, still a lot of sand. And I went down pretty hard in practice. A guy and I, we bumped bars in the woods. It wasn't his fault. It wasn't my fault. We were just in the sand and riding, and we bumped bars, and I went down on my left side, which is the same side I injured back on New Year's Eve. So I just coasted the rest of the way and said, man, maybe I'll just take it easy today while I'm still healing. It's gonna be a fun ride. I think it's gonna be difficult for me just staying in the ruts. I can stay in the ruts in the open, but in the woods I have such difficulty staying in the ruts. And then I see my front wheel coming out of the rut, and then what I do is I slow down, which is let go of the throttle, which is exactly what you're not supposed to do. And man, it's a snowball effect for me. I really have to just get on that sand track at Spokes and just practice staying in the rut and being able to take the corners at speed with the throttle on. So I'm gonna practice that during the race today, and man, hopefully I'll just be able to nail it and won't have any difficulties in the woods. But we'll see. It's gonna be fun, and let's go to the starting line.
There's your point, gentlemen. There's your nod. We're about to go racing. Round one fixing to be in the books. And...
All right, not my best reaction time at all. I was a little bit actually afraid to go into that first corner. It just looked like really sandy, and I knew there was a bunch of guys on the left of the starting line that were going to just go full steam into it, and I was just thinking, I'll just come in after them. We got through all that sand pretty well into the roller section here. About to go into the woods for the first time. So I observed in practice the edge of the trail here is pretty smooth, but the moisture is in the middle, so it's kind of, it's like, what do you want to do? Do you want the moisture in the middle, or do you want the non-rollers on the edge? I went right down the center. As you guys can see, there's still plenty of moisture on the track. This is Sunday race, so the Saturday CD riders and AB Pro riders have already torn up the track here, but there's still a line in the track that is moisture. This is number 385. He gets his neck bent under that tree, can't get it out, but hopefully he's okay.
Good thing I didn't stall there.
Talking about going over that.
Kept the clutch in.
Going over that log. I saw a lot of riders bending sideways under that tree, but I had always learned you just put your butt as far back as possible and duck your head. So I didn't really know what to do here.
Go ahead.
I understand we're in a race, but somebody's stuck and somebody stopped to help them.
I was trying to be nice. He had to get across somehow.
I was gonna let him across, but he was like, go ahead. Coming into the rocky section of the track here. Had trouble with this turn. 2 out of 3 times I couldn't get that front tire into that rut to make the turn. So I just took the outside. The real outside.
Alright, I caught back up.
So I'm pretty excited here. Catch back up to the pack. Like, oh
See
yeah,
how long we could stay with these guys.
I'm gonna go racing with them. So that guy was
Maybe could have passed there. I don't know.
that guy was having
Might have killed myself.
front tire issues there. Maybe I could have jumped in for the pass, but I wasn't really thinking about passing at all in this race. I was just thinking about not killing myself, honestly. Like really just keeping it on 2 wheels as much as possible was my focus. Almost wasn't like I was even in a race, just
Got 10 PSI in the front. Hopefully that lasts the whole race.
so I'm talking about my tire pressure. Is 10 PSI too low to go over those logs? Bumped into them probably 6-8 times because there's multiple logs on the course, and it seems to work fine. No pinch flats.
Couldn't get in the rut.
So that's what I had talked about in the video before the race, right after practice. And just getting my front tire in the ruts in the woods and keeping them in there. Just need to work on that. It's like front tire placement, position, hitting your mark, whatever you want to call it. You hear the engine revving, just going over all these whoops. I'm just not used to it. I'm still really having fun though. Complaining about the whoops in the sand, but I love riding my bike. It's so much fun. Kind of out here on a trail ride today. Should be thinking about passing this guy, but honestly, like here's a tough turn coming up. I think I clicked it down into first just so I didn't have to chop the throttle. I could keep the engine revving. So if we were on a course like Let's Ride Ranch or Spokes, I definitely would be thinking about passing that guy.
Saved it.
First of all, gonna let 3 guys by me here. It's funny that there's a flagger, not a flagger, but a sweeper in front of me there. They always ride so
Might have been in
well.
the wrong gear there.
The way his kit looks, I think that's the same guy who picks me up right at the end of lap 1 where I have a big
It's okay
fall.
to dab in the sand. First, down to first. There you go.
So last year after the race, Gil made a comment on my video or on the Facebook post saying, just don't drop your throttle, keep your throttle on. And that was going through my mind the whole time this race, just keeping the throttle on. Do not let that front wheel sink in the sand, because once it starts sinking, it's all over from there. So it was good advice, Gil. Thank you, appreciate it.
Okay, down to second. Stay in the rut. Stand on the peg. Squeeze with your knees, baby.
I'm telling myself there to squeeze with my knees. If I, for some reason, if I say it out loud, it's more triggering for me. I can,
All right, Samuel, I revved it out for you. That was all I got.
I can remember.
Between the trees, by the way.
So that was a reference to Samuel Hastings telling me to keep it in second and let it rev. I think I primarily just kept it in second gear the whole woods section this time. I wasn't really interested in going into third, going fast. Really wanted to just try to keep it on 2 wheels. Like, who cares if I got towards the bottom? I just walked away with no major injuries. That was my goal here. And to have fun, of course. Super exhausted after the end of the race, but still had fun. I got stuck there in practice because I tried to go around to the
I went
left,
down there in practice.
and then some guy
Tried to go around. Did
some
more.
guy comes whizzing by me saying, "It's not that big of a log, just go over it." And I looked at it, and it wasn't. So during the race, I just went over it 3 times. So appreciate that advice.
Stand and sit. Stand and sit. Stand. And sit. Stand. And don't hit the tree.
Oh, Chris. It's just funny talking to yourself there.
Love these whoops. Love the whoops.
So I got a new Apple Watch for birthday last week and put it on for the race and did the workout. So I was able to capture my heart rate for the race.
Stand, 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 stand. There you go. There you go.
It was actually pretty high. So my resting heart rate's right around 63.
Roots.
I stall here.
Did that much better in practice.
Just gotta keep the clutch feather, keep the clutch
Crap, I
in.
stalled on the rear tire.
So my resting heart rate's right around 63, and for this race, my heart rate was up around 170, 175, and max heart rate was 183, which is pretty high for me for my age. I think it's the recommendations for my age, or my max heart rate should be about 174, so going up to 183 is pretty high, but it actually stayed pretty high this whole race, right in the 170s.
Stayed in the rut. Good job, Chris. Sit,
So I'm
sit,
complimenting
stand.
myself
you
there
go.
for staying in the rut, keeping the tire in it the whole turn.
Sit, stand. There you go. Stand. Third. Come on, get into the third. There you go.
About to come out of the woods. Want to be in third gear so I can just at least try to get some speed here.
Gotta get some water.
So that's Toby Frisk who passed me there. He and I had a great conversation in the starting line because the D class starts way in the back, so it's 10 minutes after I think double decade starts. So he and I talked. He does not like the sand either. He hates the sand. But look how well he's doing. He blows by me and he's gone way up there. So he's obviously used to it and ridden it before.
That was the guy who said he hated the sand. And he's flying.
So I took a water break there, couldn't get it open, so no water the first time. I had to wait till the second time. Did a lot better in these open field sand turns than I did in the woods. Just was able to find the rut.
Come on. Down in a second. Dab.
Oh, look at this. This is bad.
Well, that was cheating, Chris. That was obviously cheating. You were just came out of that at the wrong angle. Somebody should protest me on that one.
So what I'm saying to my GoPro here is, if somebody was behind me, they could have protested me for cutting the course there. I came out of the turn at the wrong angle, and then by the time I realized where I was, what I was doing, I was already past the turn I was supposed to be
I
in.
think I did. Okay, so that's
So I just kept going.
second. Third. And back to second.
I missed the main line there.
Back to third.
Kind of worried about being in the right gear.
Down to second. Hit the berm. There you go. Up to third. Coasting. No coasting.
That's me yelling at
Okay.
myself for coasting.
Into second.
You're either on the gas or you're braking, right?
Lead the run. There you go. Come on, grab a gear. Third. That might have been fourth. I don't know what the hell that was. That did not sound
Yeah, I
right.
ended up with no power there. I think I was accidentally in fourth.
Okay, I gotta grab a drink here. Come on.
Alright, so watch this rock coming up. Back tire goes over it. Almost throws me off. So,
Back tire almost threw me over on that rock.
gotta really pay attention. I was focused on getting water.
That would have been no fun.
Fun little section here through the creek bed. I enjoyed it, except for this turn at the end. This sharp uphill left with a big old rut.
I dabbed. Back
It's
tire got
tough.
caught in the rut.
I didn't fall though. I hit it twice, and it kept getting deeper the whole race. And I took the outside
That's an A rider.
on the third
Red plate.
lap. And then I realized why everybody was taking the inside, because the outside
What?
just was not a good line.
Oh, maybe he's 60A. Yes, I posed perfectly with the camera.
I'm saying I posed for the camera. My focus is just on the wrong things. Like, I should be focusing on the race, trying to pass people, but I'm focused on just making sure I get a good picture for the camera with my arms, my elbows up, standing on the pegs, attack position. Alright, here's the hard easy line. I didn't take the hard line at all. I went left every time for the easy line. I know for sure I could take the hard line. I do that at SeaTour all the time. Members at SeaTour last year. It looked like a lot easier today than it did on Saturday. I'll tell you that. Saturday it was pretty much straight up coming out. Almost lost it there. But since my fall on New Year's Eve, my ribs are still a little bit sore, and there's always that 5% chance that you bail on coming out of that and you end up hurting yourself again. So I just said, I'm gonna take the easy line every time. I had already decided before the race, so maybe next time I'll try the hard once I heal a little bit more. Fun little sand field here. Fell here a couple times last year, but none this year. I'm out here in the grass, which is,
Oh, I need a gear,
I guess it's kind of okay.
but I'm standing on the pegs and in the sand, and I just couldn't grab a gear.
So what I'm saying there is I needed to be in third, but I was standing, and normally I can shift
All right, back down to second.
up to third standing on the
Slide to
pegs.
front. Up to
But
third and stand.
when your front wheel is
stand. There you go.
all shaky and wobbly, it just gets sketchy, so I just left it in second.
Love this sand. All right, let's take the inside here.
Alright,
Inside.
grabbing this inside rut,
Stay in that rut.
and I nailed it. Proud of myself there.
Stayed in one of them. Down to second. Stay in that rut. There you go. Grab a gear. Feet on the ball of the pegs. There you go.
I think I stayed standing on this one. It wasn't too bad of a turn. And then up into third, back down into second. So I'm coaching myself through this because I'm doing the drills from the MX factory
All right, I need a gear.
where you're downshifting coming into the turns and you're upshifting coming out of the turns. So that's kind of me in the
What I
background.
mean, you have to accelerate sitting down out of the turns because it's so hard to do standing.
That's me coaching myself through that process just out loud. It's just the way I do it. So what I said there was, I see why they want you to sit down when you're accelerating out of a turn, because
Down to second.
try to accelerate standing up, just it's harder for sure, especially for beginners.
I got gone.
I got passed so many times like that this race where guys and girls, they're just, it looks like they're in fourth gear, just wide open, and they're just blowing by me. And
Oh shit. Wasn't even gonna pretend to turn.
oh, I missed the rut so bad on that, and I just said, screw it,
Okay, gotta
I'm
go
coming
to the
out.
inside on this one.
Oh, this tree was horrible.
Outside is nasty with that tree.
I tried to take that outside line in practice and almost decapitated myself. But everybody passing me, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. They're going 2 to 3 times my speed, and it just doesn't
I just
seem
gotta
like they
say, I love the whoops
care.
in the middle of the turn. Who doesn't? Like, I'm trying to be a good rider, and I'm sitting down in the middle of the turn, and there's whoops in the middle of the turn.
So what I'm saying there is,
And then I'm like, I need to be standing on these, but then how am I going to accelerate out of it?
normally I practice
Not what I practiced at all.
sitting down in the turns, standing up in the straights. And so I'm trying to do that here. But there's whoops in the middle of the turn, like these huge whoops. And, you know, to go over them, you need to be standing to really attack them. And so what do? I stand in the middle of the turn, and it was
Come
hard.
on, Chris. Get out of this pit.
It's hard. That guy just blowing by me. His back wheel is bouncing everywhere, but who cares? He's standing up and he probably doesn't even notice it. I'm standing up there too. I'm just not on the full throttle like he is. Alright, fun little section here. There's a double dip coming up with a nice little up afterwards. Here's the double dip. I took the right line every time here. Left, it looked more sketch, and I was just
Alright,
gonna
you made it.
play it safe.
Wasn't pretty, but you made it.
You heard my revs dip in there. I didn't clutch as well on the first lap as I did the second and third. I'm just glad I didn't stall and not not make it up, but I made it up.
This little gap here just looks so much fun. You're super tired.
So this is the last little stretch before the start-finish line, and it is just chopped up. You see the rollers, the dips. There's a big dip right here. I feel like my neck was just going like this as I was standing up, trying to go over. I mean, I'm obviously trying to keep in the attack position. Here's another big dip. Stay looking forward, but man, this section just tosses you around. It's insane. More rollers here. This is a nice little turn right before you go back up the hill to the finish line. A lot of sand, but I made it through every single time. Stayed where that moisture was. That was the key. Staying where that moisture was. Coming through here in first gear is just... I didn't do it very pretty, but I made it. Whatever. So I'm actually filming this in the morning, so that's why I have my coffee with me here.
That's a rough rappel.
Alright, so about to go right through the first turn here, and then as I come out of the second turn is my big fall. I put it in slow motion just so you could see what happens here. Just the front end just gets grabbed here. Here's the wheel sideways, and the bike's going down. There's my Superman pose right here. Oh, just took a digger right to the forehead. Bike's still running. So the problem here is my kill switch had gotten rotated all the way 180 degrees around the handlebars. I couldn't find it. So I'm trying to kill the bike. And then one of the sweepers comes and helps me. I think he just puts it in gear and installs it with the clutch.
Dude, I couldn't tell if I was going or not. There was a couple points there towards the end when I was coming across those sand walks.
I don't know what this guy is. Maybe he's a B rider talking to the sweeper, but we're in the middle of a race.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that. Thank you.
I took my helmet off. I knew my GoPro would be messed up with the angle, so I reset it, put the helmet back on.
Hey, you can just put the kickstand down. I'll take it.
Let's push it off the course the rest of the way down.
So glad this guy was there. Very helpful. I'm just appreciative of all the sweepers. They're all so nice. They jump right in,
Thank
they
you.
help you. They're always there, like, you good, you good, you good. And it's just nice to have them there. Getting the helmet strap back on, making sure the park busters are straight. Just all this takes 1 minute and 40 seconds. So that's how long I was. So I go over to this group.
Please tell me you got that on video.
I wish, but no, I'm so sorry.
Okay, all right. Maybe next lap I'll try it again. Yeah, I'll be fine. Thank you.
So I go over there. I saw them. I knew they saw the whole thing because they were staring right at me. Or their chairs were pointed right at me. And I went and asked them if they got that on video. I wish they had. Like, I I wish they had, because it looked like I didn't get hurt, so it looked like it was a fun fall to witness. And so they were laughing. She was nice. She asked if I was okay. Okay, here's amateur hour right here. This is just total amateur hour. I'm in first gear riding through the woods, and I'm just wondering, where's my power? Where's the power? And you can hear the engine revving.
Oh, crap.
And then I realize here I'm in first.
Oh, I was in first gear. No wonder I had no power. Come on, Chris. Looked like at least a dirt bike racer here.
I know there's probably some AV riders watching this. They're gonna be laughing at me. It's okay. Laugh at me.
Freaking run in the woods in first gear.
Oh, so that's the same guy that has issues later on. We'll see him later on. It looked like the same jersey he was wearing. Okay. Oh, so the second lap I was able to take that turn.
He's riding a bicycle faster than I'm riding my dirt bike.
Alright, this is funny part here.
Oh my goodness. Christopher, you're a disgrace to Hondas everywhere. Only I could ride this thing like a cowie, you know?
No, don't say that.
No, don't buy into that crap. Hondas are great.
So I come out of that turn and the kid is riding the bicycle, and I think he's going faster than me. And I just shaking my head like that kid's riding his bicycle faster than I'm riding my dirt bike.
I don't want to hold it.
So,
Let him go.
maybe one day I'll be a fast rider. Maybe one day.
You good?
Oh, so I asked this guy if he's good, and then look at where I go.
Okay.
Maybe I should watch the course.
Okay. That's a fucking tree.
Maybe I should watch the course. Maybe I should watch what I'm doing and not worry about him. But try to be a good citizen. Okay, so this branch, this really long one right there on the right, it gets stuck in between my GoPro and my helmet,
Bush is stuck in my GoPro.
and I can't get away from the bush. So this is complete and utter ridiculousness. I don't even know if that's the
This is
right
a new problem.
phrase, but it's I have to take my helmet
The
off
branch.
to get the
It's
branch out and then put my helmet back
the
on.
GoPro.
And there's a flagger up there. I gave him the thumbs up a couple times, like, I'm good. And I think he takes
Crap,
off in a
Chris.
second.
Should have stayed in the middle where it wasn't.
I'm yelling at myself here. Should have stayed in the middle where it was moist. It wasn't
Just got out into the soft
all the
stuff.
soft sand, but came over to the left.
What did you in?
Front tire digs in.
Hot start.
I used the hot start lever there because I didn't want to start right away, but
Damn branch, man.
that's my last fall of the race. So 3 falls race, 14 or 15 falls last race. So much better. I'm so proud of myself. 2024, I'm going to go for 1 fall max at Diamond
That's
Willow.
one of the super mini kids flying.
And those 85 kids, they are so fast. I don't
No fear,
know
too.
if they're on 85 or if they've modded it to a
Not like us
112,
40-year-olds
but
who are afraid of braking.
he's flying and he's wheeling through the whoops and he's not even letting off the gas at all, and he's just, ooh, he's gone.
Okay, I took that corner in third. That was good.
Yeah, I was proud of myself there for keeping it in third on that little uphill to the right, keeping the speed up. I did this, I waved him on. I heard him there, but I wasn't gonna race him to the corner.
All right, we're still standing, which is good.
That was one of my goals this race, to stand.
Getting a little fatigued, but
Caught myself
not enough to stop standing. Oh, much better than the first
much
like,
better.
yes.
Yeah. Caught myself being lazy a couple times and sitting, and then I just motivated myself right up to back on the pegs, stand up, and I felt good. My quads were a little sore, but it's okay. I really wanted to stand the whole race, and I did, almost the whole race, except for the couple lazy points. But I moved over, I heard him behind me. I wasn't gonna hold anybody up. Like, I knew I was close to the bottom. I think I got 12 out of 16 in D class, something like that. But I wasn't even gonna wait for people to say different class. I hear them and I'm just gonna get out of their way. They're obviously much better riders than I am. Oh, another kid.
He's got a branch.
He's got a branch stuck. He's got it. It looks like there's a huge evergreen branch stuck in his foot peg. He's just dragging it right along.
Wanted to be at third coming out of the woods here. He just closed the door.
Lots of braking bumps here, but they didn't really bother me too much. It was the rollers that really just bothered me. You can see my shadow there. I'm standing up in the attack position, doing exactly what I should be doing. It was fun. It was just these, I need to get to a place where I can practice the rollers, and then I think once I get some practice on them with the right technique, I think I can do better on them for sure. Suspension's good. I actually contacted Doc between the last two races and he helped me adjust my clickers. So suspension's great. I think I'm like 25 hours since I got the suspension retuned, and
If I rode motocross, I would know how to do that. But I don't, and I don't.
that's funny. So the suspension's tuned great, still got plenty of good life in the oil.
I'm not going to cheat again. I'm going to come back on the line.
Yep, there we go. See? Being an honest citizen here. I'm coming back on the course because I found myself off the course again.
Don't want to get somebody challenging me.
Of course, no one's going to protest me. They're like, Chris, you're in the back. You're not even
I think Stephen
in
Harris
podium
is
position.
the king of the line etiquette. He's always calling out riders for shortcuts.
So what I said there was Stephen Harris is the king of the line etiquette. He's always pointing out, like, why is this guy going over here or over here? And so I mentioned that there. I think a lot of these guys have motocross backgrounds and they're just really good at the whoops. They're really good at staying in the ruts. Look at this guy, doesn't even sit, put his leg out on the shroud. He just stands the whole time. This group of four was really good. They just blew by me. But a lot of these guys have motocross backgrounds, and I think they're just used to an open track like this where you're able to rail these turns, especially when the berm starts forming.
A little feeder line here.
And I never rode
I'm
motocross.
standing up on the woods, but I don't think it's helping.
So I was not going to try to get out of that rut while I was moving. I knew if I did that, my front tire would probably wash, so I came to a stop,
I still have no idea how to ride.
clicked down into first,
Even
got
though
out.
I know I'm not supposed to sit.
So my friend Drew, after the race, talked to me about, Chris, you got to learn how to do the row your boat technique on the rollers or the whoops. Kind of get on the pegs, put your weight to the back, and let your arms like do the row your boat. So I'm gonna look that up, figure out how to do it, and practice it.
Standing for here feels good.
Here's this nasty rut. Get deeper.
I'm getting deeper.
Oh, almost stalled there, but caught it. Almost stalled.
Should go to the outside if I do a third lap.
I was really worried I was only gonna be able to do 2 laps.
Still in third.
So I came into
Should've been
the
second there.
finish line with 7 minutes left in the race. So got to do a third lap.
Okay, stand up. I know your legs are getting tired, but
I'm urging myself here to stand up.
your back's not going to
Getting tired, but stand up.
if you're sitting down on all this crap.
I think we're coming into the easy hard split. Yep. I think this is where I love this little thing right here. That was fun. I think either the second lap or the third lap, I almost fall to the right because the guy passes me on the inside. Oh, this was a much worse line than the outside there with all those roots.
Should have gone to the outside. I hadn't taken that line before.
So let's see if I almost fall here. Yes. But I turn around.
Woo! I need to pay attention.
I turn around to the inside, and then I start drifting to the outside, and I was like, ooh, that was close. Closer than it should have been. That would have been a nasty little fall there in that drainage ditch. It said this is 20 seconds longer than taking the hard line. I believe it.
I almost lost it.
It was fun. So I see that guy coming on the hard line, but I think I could beat him and I did. But if he was any closer, I would have let him go first, because he's coming out hot out of the ditch there.
Whoa. Should have had my foot down. Bike started leaving. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, coming out of that left-hand turn with my feet on the pegs.
That's flying.
Should have had my foot down to save me. Bike started dipping, and I didn't really have a foot there to dab.
Inside.
I think I come into third gear here this time. Oh, look at this guy on the left. I put this on the slow motion. Look at his head's bobbing. I think he's having trouble, but I can't really tell. And he goes down up here in a couple turns. I ask him if he's okay, and no response. I didn't know what to do. Like, I don't know what the right etiquette here is, so I asked him right here, are you okay?
You okay?
No response. So I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? So I look back,
Your response, yes or no?
and I can see he's having trouble.
What did I do?
So there's a guy up here to the right, and I go and I park, and I basically talk to him and ask him, what do I do?
Somebody went down in that last corner, blue jersey, blue bike. I asked him.
Blue bike.
I don't know. I asked him if he. That might
So
be
I put it
him.
in slow. This is what I see when I look back. Is it just the rollers, or I can't tell if he's got some sort of like
Pretty bad.
concussion and is woozy or something, but I just wanted to tell somebody because I mean, obviously I don't want anybody to get hurt. He got his bike up, got it restarted, but in my opinion, he doesn't look 100%. So, I mean, I hope he was okay.
Right at a bad point.
Not really sure what to do. I think this is my second lap. I think I feathered the clutch on this little uphill here a lot better this time.
Feather that clutch, baby.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
you could still hear the RPMs dip.
Woo.
And when I feather the clutch, I need to keep the RPMs up, so I need to practice that more. So skip ahead here a little
Love
bit.
these rollers. I mean, I love them as in I hate them.
I'm being sarcastic, just saying I love these rollers. I mean, anything goes during a race. You can just say anything you want. Sarcasm, anything goes. Alright.
7 minutes, crap.
I can't remember if I was disappointed that there was 7 minutes left, like I wanted it to be done, or if I was mad at myself for there only being 7 minutes left and just riding so slow. But there was 7 minutes left, so I got to do a third lap here. No falls on the third lap, so I kept it on 2 wheels, which is good.
Well, at least I got 3 laps out.
Coached myself into standing on the pegs more. Look at me, I'm in second gear here. Should be in third with the throttle. Like, this is smooth. This is the smoothest part of the track here. I should be in third, just winding it out, but I'm not.
This line actually looks pretty good right now.
Alright, this is where I fell last lap. Get it in that line, and yes. That line actually smoothed out, I think, throughout the race. So skipping ahead here. I pulled over, and a group of 8 riders go by me. This rider right here is a D rider. He looked really good. So I did 3 laps, he did 4.
D rider, that guy looks really good. Like, really good body position, 4th or 5th lap. Whew. We're gonna get bumped.
So what I'm saying there is he's on his 4th lap.
What number that was, but I'll look
It
at
was
it on the footage.
462. He's on his 4th lap, and he's still got perfect technique, not tired at all. He's probably like 18, 19 years old. And he is looking real good. So I'm laughing at myself there, like, this guy looks perfect condition, 4th lap.
Big turn
And
here.
he ends up winning the race for the D class.
Keep that throttle on, there you go.
So he's got really good
Like Gil
stamina,
said,
obviously.
just like
So
Gil
kudos
said.
to you,
Don't
Kevin.
stop the throttle like that. Yeah, and don't stall it either.
So I'm mad at myself. I did exactly what Gil told me not to do. Slowed down, let off the throttle, chopped it, and then, you know, my left hand was getting tired at that point, so I stalled it. Couldn't grab the clutch in as quickly as I should.
No rollers over there.
Oh, I'm mad at myself here for not going on the side.
Oh, nice pass, nice.
That was a nice pass, by the way. But it's smooth out on the side, and all the enduro guys teach you to go to the side where it's smooth, and I'm sitting there right in the middle, right in the heaviest chop. Gotta remember that.
Stand up, there you go. I know you're tired. All right, just finished the race, did 3 laps. I came in after lap 2 with 7 minutes left and just did a 3rd lap, and boy, it was rough, but I mean, I did really well. Like, I'm really proud of myself. I think I'll have to go back and look at the footage, but I stalled maybe once or twice, and I only fell maybe twice, maybe 3 times. I'm trying to think back, but boy, those whoops, just incredibly huge, and I'm not used to riding whoops at all. Like, my neck is just, from all of like the, I don't know if it's whiplash or something, but man, I was trying to stay in the attack position. I caught myself prairie dogging a couple times, just being lazy, but really just try to stand up, just force myself to stand up all 3 laps. And I know I was sitting in the turns and I got lazy in a couple sections in the woods, but just motivating myself to stand up, because I know that's how I'm gonna get better. I know that's how I'm gonna get faster. And but man, I was just out here improving. I think I did so much better than Diamond Willow 2022. Like, okay, I know there's a little bit more moisture this time, and even as we were making big berms, moisture was coming out, but so I know it's not the apples to apples, but man, I really just am so proud of myself. Let's see, I probably got close to last. I mean, I got passed by so many people, even in the D class. So anyway, I had fun. I'm pretty sore, so I'm gonna hydrate and then maybe have a cold one after that. All right, see everybody at round 2. Bye.